right, JJ, let's check in and see what the scores are for today's real estate debate. What you got?
Well, Mr. Rob Cunningham has taken the lead with 7 points. Elizabeth Story right behind at 6, and Brian DeVore with 5 points.
Okay, wow, 7-6-5. DeVore's got a
very
little
close.
ground to make up, and Rob Cunningham, the white horse today, he's got the lead. It's time for Hot or Not So Hot.
Time now for Hot or Not So Hot.
So hot right now.
Let's find out if your neighborhood is heating up
It's hot.
or if your district is on the decline.
I am completely miserable, San Diego.
All right. In this segment, each contestant will tell us about a specific micro market in San Diego, which they believe is either hot or not so hot. We'll start with Rob Cunningham. Contestants, please be ready to explain with any data or real events you have to support your position. Rob, you got a hot or not so hot market today for us?
It depends on who you are. If you're a buyer, I think this may be a great place for you to get into. If you're a seller, I don't know how hot this market's going to seem to you. I chose attached housing in the Adams Avenue, Normal Heights area. And the reason I chose that is because it's not as impacted as an area. While it's an area that's on the come up, you'll see new restaurants, nice restaurants coming in. You'll notice that detached homes in that area have on average sold for 23% more this year than they did last year.
Wow.
While their counterparts, the attached condos in that same zip code, have only seen a 0.5% increase. There's 56 properties currently on the market in that area that are attached, and there's 56 currently pending. If you're looking for a great place to live, that's affordable housing, that's going to be coming up, that's where it is for me.
Adams Avenue, Normal Heights area?
Normal Heights area, Adams Avenue, attached housing.
Attached housing. Wow, that's a very specific micro market. I like that. And great stat to back up your idea. Fantastic from Rob Cunningham. Mr. DeVore, hot or not so hot?
So I actually have a hot and a less hot market.
Okay.
If that works. So the hot market I chose was a community called Shadow Ridge, which is in Vista. It's in South Vista. It's just north of Carlsbad. And about 7 or 8 years ago, they pushed through Melrose Drive. And so it sort of connected the community of Shadow Ridge to Carlsbad, which made it even more appealing. It's just north of Carlsbad, like I said. It's a bedroom community centered by the Shadow Ridge Country Club. It's got a nice golf course, great schools, great restaurants, a lot of mom and pop type restaurants, which is great. Lots of shopping, etc. And so let's talk about the real estate there. So right now, as of yesterday, actually, there were 22 active listings on the market in Shadow Ridge with an average sale price per square foot list price of about $289. You can get a 2-bedroom condo for $234,000 there. So you can affordably get into the market there. You can also get the more expensive home, a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, remodeled home, remodeled kitchen, soaring ceilings, etc., with panoramic views for a range of $665 to $685. So it's a good spectrum of opportunities for people. There's only 22 pending sales right now. So it's a perfect ratio of 1-to-1, which means it's a balance. It's a strong market for sellers. And the average sales price or list price per square foot of those pending sales is $287. Over the last 6 months, there's been 123 sales in that community. There's only 1 month of inventory in Shadow Ridge. It's hot.
Wow.
And for example, a 2-bedroom condo sold for $295. What's also interesting is the list price, the average list price for the pending sales is 6% higher than the average list sold price of the sold homes. So that's telling me that the future wave of homes that are closing are going to be 6% more on average. It's pretty strong.
Okay. So Shadow Ridge and Vista.
Yeah.
That's your hot market?
Mm-hmm. And then to give real quickly an idea of how micro market the real estate market really is, the less hot market is the rest of that zip code. If you look at the rest of the zip code outside of Shadow Ridge, the market's not nearly as hot. There's more inventory, more months of inventory, and prices are not increasing as much. So it really talks about how hyper-local real estate really is.
No question. So do you want the best house in a bad neighborhood or the worst house in a good neighborhood? How does that saying go?
I think you want, well, the saying really is you want the smallest, least affordable home in the best neighborhood.
Okay. Least expensive home in the best neighborhood possible.
Exactly,
So you
yeah.
want to buy the least expensive home in Shadow Ridge.
Right.
All right. Got it. Great stuff. Elizabeth Story, hot or not so hot?
So I have a little bit of both. So my not hot area is Rancho Santa Fe, specifically 92091. It's on the tip, and it's a lot of traffic to get in and out, and people anymore are kind of preferring convenience and central locations on top of having land and a big house. So their average sales are about 2 per month, and there are 37 listings. So there are 15 months of inventory, which is a sharp increase when you compare it to anywhere else in the county. They also have really long market times. 21 out of 39 have more than 60 days, and 37 have more than 100 days. So it's really long market time there. They're kind of getting crushed. Now, going into my hot markets, I want to talk about not just a hot area, but also hot property types. So there are certain property types or amenities that you can find within certain parts of the county that are just extremely popular. For example, I just had a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage condo in North Park, but it was in a garden setting. Extremely popular. I had offers within the first hours on the market. I got offers every single day.
What does it sell for?
And it's in escrow for $360, and it was listed at $339.
Wow, that sounds like a good deal.
And it's just a lovely little property. It's close to the park. So
In
that
North Park?
Yeah. But then on the flip side, there are less expensive properties that are just sitting. So if you find the property with the right amenities, the 2 parking spots, the garden setting in an urban area, those properties are really hot. I also have a really hot market in Carlsbad Village specifically. West of the 5 in downtown Carlsbad Village, and especially if it's a rehab. My most popular listing I ever had was a Carlsbad Village rehab. My phone would ring 15 times a day off of the sign alone.
What?
I'm not even kidding. It was one of the most popular listings I've ever had. So there's certain little, again, micro markets and then micro properties that
Okay.
are very, very hot.
Great stuff from Elizabeth Story. Very educational. You guys are crushing it. JJ, what did you like the most about what they had to offer in that segment?
What did I like the most?
Yeah. Which
Well-
market appeals to you the most?
Well, Shadow Ridge definitely seems like a place that, if you want quick appreciation, you potentially might get it there. But I really like the Rob's in Normal Heights. I mean, I
Stats.
think
Yeah.
it seems like if you're after an attached home and the future, what might come of that from an appreciation standpoint,
Right.
that might be the place to buy right now.
And to play off what Elizabeth said with her congratulations on that
Thank
sale.
you.
That's a great job, by the way. I mean, even just that ridge, the attached housing on that ridge is nowhere near as affected as the detached housing's been. I mean, North Park this time last year is up 10%, while the detached is up 5%. So there's a lot of affordability in attached housing right now.
Yeah, wow, it's great stuff. Speaking of hot markets, JJ, we were talking about how the FHA market for people who are buying homes seems to be kind of the hot loan, right? As prices are climbing, making down payments a little bit less possible, people are going for the FHA. The downside, of course, the mortgage insurance. The good news, of course, you don't have to keep it forever.
Well, you don't have to keep it forever. You just have to refinance out of it. That's the downside to it. And I'll tell you, I mean, I think FHA, the mortgage insurance, has gotten more affordable. In the last year, they made the change, so it dropped 50 basis points off the mortgage insurance. It's right in line with conventional financing and the mortgage insurance.
Oh, nice.
You just have the 2 parts to it. So you're going to finance 1.75% up front with that upfront mortgage insurance premium. Then you have the monthly. You got to figure out what you need to do and what's the best option, because sometimes refinancing out of it may take some time to do as well. And mortgage insurance, unless you put 10% down, it's there for the life of the loan unless you get out of it.
Right. So you have to do the refinance to get out of it. Great
Yep.
time to do that when prices are high or going up, which we've seen over the past several years. So if you have an FHA loan that's a couple years old, you very well may be able to refinance out of it, lower that mortgage insurance, at least put a deadline to the end of the mortgage insurance, which could be huge and could save you a bunch of money. All right, coming up, my favorite segment. This is time for a moves to be made in this particular debate right now. Agree or disagree? Coming right up. Be right back.